So we got a couple trees down across this road here to get back to the area where we're gonna do some brush cutting. So you can't even see the tree in this one hardly. It's covered up in so much vinage. So just gonna dive on in here and cut up what we can and get the skid steer and come move it all off the road as needed. All right, now that we're actually back here far enough to get to the job, I can show you a little bit about it. Basically, we have this old school house stuck back here in the woods that you can't even see from the road. And I actually did this guy's driveway last year, and I didn't even know this was here. And I'm not that far away from it, you know. But it's been neglected for a few years, and basically he just wants me to clear out the driveway to where you can get a vehicle back here real easy again, and clean up all the edges of the perimeter, you know, the yard and everything, get it all back to what it once was. There's actually a barn down here. If you can see, that big tree limb fell on top of it, kind of hiding the whole thing. Be a good place for a moonshine still at the moment, but we're going to clean that all up around there, get that exposed, and work along this way around the back side of the house too, cleaning up, opening the yard back up. And I think he said there's a spring house down over the hill there too, so we might try to see if we can poke around in the brush and find that too. You can't even see it. I was over there, I can't see it at all. So let's go grab the brush cutter and see what she'll suffer. knock on wood, this girl is working good now. I'm happy with it. This is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. It's taking out little saplings and stuff, you know, up to 3 inches. And everything seems to be going well under here so far. I can see my bolt slacked off there. The whole bolt's wobbling, so we're definitely gonna have to cut those off and put the good ones on as soon as I get them, because that'll wear out our plate here. Yep, same thing on this side. But the plate itself seems good. Yeah, I'm happy with it. We'll get this job finished, get another one in the books, and upgrade this thing as we go. But I'm happy with it so far. Got to do all the way around the house here on that side of the yard, and then we'll go uncover that barn. All right, I'm recording this after the fact. I didn't record it while I was on the job because I was in a hurry, but I did have a breakdown. As you guys probably saw, the blade flew off. Both of them actually did in the course of 5 minutes of each other. So to get up and running and finish that job out, I went to the machine shop my buddy owns, and he made me up some through hardened bolts custom made for this cutter. The original bolt here on the left has a 1-inch fit for the blade, a 3/4 inch fit to go through the stump jumper, and then it went down to a 5/8 10 pitch, I believe it was 5/8, you know, something like that. It's 5/8 something, fine thread. And as you can see, I had run those nuts down all the way and then tacked them up here, and I don't know why, but they snapped above the nut, because this, as you remember in the previous video, this cotter pin hole was above the nut. So anyway, those both snapped within 5 minutes of each other, but I changed the design a bit from the Chinesium ones here. So we still have our 1-inch and our 3/4 fits to go through the stump jumper. And then instead of necking down to 5/8 up here and losing all of that meat, I had him keep it at 3/4, and we just ran it 3/4 all the way out. And what I ended up doing to keep these things on there was put superfluous amounts of red Loctite in the threads, run this nut down and torqued it as much as I could, and then ran a jam nut down on top of that, and ended up taking a center punch in between the jam nuts where the two nuts met, and center punching the crap out of it. And what that does is makes the nuts bite into each other so they can't back off. So since I've done that, I've gotten about 10 more hours of run time on it, and knock on wood, everything's still tight and looking good. Back to the cutting. Well, my Lord George, would you look at that? There really was a building under there. There was 2 or 3 big trees laying on this roof, and I tell you what, I don't see any holes, so she must still be pretty solid. She looks pretty rough inside, I'll tell you that. Ew, look at all the million centipedes down here. Whole convention of them. They're all over this wall. But heck, it's a pretty good sized building that was hiding in the woods here. I only thought it was to the 4th window here. I didn't even know this last half was here. So here we are in the front. It's nothing fancy. Just some old leftover debris in here. Looks like a really old school radio up there. Old tube radio. Nice. So this stuff here, when I was pushing it out with the brush grapple, there was all kind of trees and stuff in here. That's why I didn't go trampsing in here with the brush hog. I'd have surely tore it up. But all kind of big stuff in here that I really couldn't even see where I was going when I was doing it. It's so thick, so much vinage. I mean, it's just miserable. You really can't see 5 foot in front of you. But it looks to me like this was probably all pretty well open and cleared at one point in time. And last, I don't know, 30, 40 years it's been let go, and it's all thick as it can get now. I mean, you can even see out there in the woods, all the trees just covered in vines, and that's kind of unusual for our area. We're gonna go ahead and fire up the brush mower now and finish mulching. We're gonna make a couple passes around the building, clean this up so Guy can get in here easier, make it look a little bit nicer. He doesn't want me to go any further than this, just clean up around the building and then finish the backyard here. We'll get up against the house tight and try and get around the house too, and then finish this out. I can kind of tell where the yard used to be, and it's just kind of encroached over the years, so we'll get it all cleaned up for him. Alrighty, kids. We're done. He just came down here and looked around. He said he was more than thrilled, more than he thought I was capable of doing in the amount of time I did it. So I guess that's a job well done for the first go out with the Chinese brush cutter. So we got the building uncovered good. Driveway opened up all the way back out to the road. I didn't film a lot of that up there because I don't want to film around guy's house, you know. So. Alright, on to the next one, guys. I was actually tickled to death with how the Chinese brush cutter held up in this job after I put those new bolts on there. As I said, it's held up real well. I've done some more brush hogging out at my place since then, put some hours on it, and it's been working good. It's performing just how I expected it to perform now that I've made some improvements. But anyway, if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.